Democrats trying to find a path forward after their devastating loss in November. But there's one problem. Major Democratic donors are angry. And with a lack of enthusiasm comes a lack of funds. Joining me now is former Democratic Congressman and presidential candidate Dean Phillips. Dean, it's a pleasure to speak with you. The Hill had this piece this week, and in it were some pretty eye-opening quotes from Democratic donors, and here were a few of them. I'll be blunt here. The Democratic Party's bleeping terrible, plain and simple. They want us to spend money, and for what? For no message, no organization, no forward thinking. The party never really learned a lesson in 2016. This is worse than 2016. Are you hearing things like this from Democratic donors?
Oh, I sure am, Kaylee, you can imagine. And I'm also hearing from a lot of these same donors who support efficiency and want to eliminate waste. We should all, by the way, that's not a political issue. Americans want the efficient use of dollars. They want our government to work well. Of course, I'm disappointed in my own party that is simply obstructing. Now, with all that said, the same donors that are the upset ones are also the ones that favor, I think, the general notion of trying to improve the delivery of government services and doing so more effectively and efficiently. The problem with the Democratic Party is increasingly we're devoid of the very business people that have that experience of identifying strategy, implementing it, managing, and leading. And I think that's another call to action, actually, Kaylee, from me and many others to my party to start attracting and recruiting more private sector thought leaders who can actually play a role and sit at the table with my Republican colleagues to actually get this work done, because many are also concerned about what they're seeing from Mr. Musk.
Yeah, I mean, all fair points. Dean, you were a primary challenger of President Biden. And, you know, my ears perked up when I heard Mike Donnellan earlier in the week give a kind of counterfactual, I would call it, analysis of the election and what went wrong for Democrats. Listen to this.
Lots of people have terrible debates. Usually, the party doesn't lose its mind. But that's what happened here. It melted down. My view is, I think it was insane. I think the party lost its mind.
So his problem is that Biden was pushed out. I mean, should Biden have been in? Would they have prevailed? Is that what he's saying?
No, Kaylee, Mr. Donnellan, with all due respect, was one of the ringleaders of the cover-up. You know, that wasn't just a bad debate. That was a symptom of a president who was reaching the end of his first term, not on solid footing, was not going to win that race no matter what, and surely could not serve another 4 years. Mr. Donnellan knows that. But we have this really perverse incentive in Washington, D.C., on both sides of the aisle, to protect and preserve your proximity to power. And I'm afraid Mr. Donnellan, like so many others on your show and on all the evening cable shows, say the same thing months down the road and forget where they were, you know, when the real issues happened. And I'm afraid he's just one of them, and that's the problem. People more concerned about their self-preservation than their principles.
Yeah, power is intoxicating. We see it all too much in Washington. Dean Phillips, thank you.